What's going on, guys? Sertivich here, back with another video, and today we are playing Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen on the Xbox One X. I wanted to bring a video showcasing one of the rare items that you need to get in order to upgrade certain pieces of gear to like the Silver Dragon or Gold Dragon version of it. And it's actually a really rare item that it's possible that you might not have even seen one at all during your entire time playing. The best place that I'm going to show you to get it is on Bitter Black Isle, so obviously, with the Xbox One X and PS4 versions, the game comes with the Dark Arisen expansion. But if you're playing on older systems, then you might need to actually separately purchase that. But either way, like I said, we're here on Bitter Black Isle, and there are a few different places that they can spawn the enemy that drops them, which is the Strigoi. They're like a big red gargoyle. The reason why you might not have seen them, even if you've killed them repeatedly, like a bunch of them over and over again, you have to wait for them to do something specific in order for them to actually be able to drop the item, and even then it's not guaranteed. So I'm going to show you the best place that I've found to get it, or where to farm them at least, and obviously exactly what you need to do in order to get the item to drop. The place that I'm going to be showing you is maybe somewhat halfway through the Bitter Black Isle, maybe a little bit less, but it's pretty easy to get through, especially if you're doing it in like your first run through, which actually you might need to do it post-aiming. I'm not exactly sure, which means you have to have completed the Bitter Black Isle the first time through and then go through it a second time in order for them to actually spawn in this area. I'm not exactly sure though. But for anyone who has already completed it, we're here at the front entrance of Bitter Black Isle, and if you've completed it numerous times, you can do it over and over again, but after the second time that you do it, these gates that I count, I guess, as shortcuts are already open. So you want to come to the one on the right of the main entrance. It'll lead into like the checkpoint area of this side of the dungeon. You don't have to go very far from here, so once you get, start your run through, get to this part, go back, open that gate just as a shortcut. It's not going to take you very long to get to the area that we need to get to. So the first area we need to get to is the Fortress of Remembrance, which is exactly where we are now. On your first time through, I'm pretty sure it's a guarantee that death will spawn here. It's avoidable, but just as a heads up, in case this is your first time through, I'm just going to run exactly where I need to get. I'm not going to worry about these enemies because they are not important. So for anyone who knows the areas and names of locations, the place that I'm going to be going to right now is called the Black Abbey. It's like a little circular arena. There's a couple of different locations in Bitter Black Isle that are like it, where every time you enter back in, a new group of enemies will spawn in. But you want to go all the way down to the bottom of this tower, where you'll find a bridge, and right across this bridge is the door that leads to where we want to be. So we are now here in the Black Abbey, and a couple of pointers. I personally prefer to run one pawn. I don't like to... It's possible to do it solo as well, but having a pawn with you is obviously helpful. I have mine as a healing mage, so it's obviously helpful. But it means that there's two characters that that you can get to help acquire the Bloodred crystal. I don't even remember if I said at the beginning of this video if that's the item, but it'll be in the title. We're going after the Bloodred crystal that you can get from the Strigoi, which I said was the big red gargoyle looking guys. But anyway, the more pawns you have, I find the harder it is to do, just because they might all like spam attacks on the enemy, and you don't want it to die right away. You need it to do a specific attack on either one of your pawns or yourself in order for it to drop the Bloodred crystal. I will point out exactly what attack that is when it comes to fighting one. But as you can see, we got living armor down here, which is not what we want. So if you come in here and you don't see a bunch of harpies, strigoi, and gargoyles flying around in the room right away, then you can just go right back out this door, head back in, and the enemies should change. It is possible for no enemies to spawn, but just keep going in and out until you get what you're looking for. Once again, I already know that it's not them because you'd already see a bunch of, like I said, the harpies and gargoyles and all that flying around. Just keep going in and out, and I will continue to do that until I get the spawn that we need. Alright guys, as you can see, we can see all the harpies, strigoi, and gargoyles flying around in a room. One other point that I want to make is when I was trying to farm this earlier, I had a Fiend Luring Incense in my inventory, which has, in areas like the Black Abbey, and there's also another one that's attached to the tower, the Moon Tower, Dark Moon Tower, something like that. It changes the enemy spawns to different kinds of encounters, and when I had the Fiend Luring Incense, when I was going in here trying to get the strigoi to spawn, they didn't seem to be spawning. So if you can, before you come, don't bring a Fiend Luring Incense, or if you do have one on you, just discard it. You can buy more. So anyway, the ones we're looking for here in this room are the big red guys flying around. I'm going to clear out all the harpies and the gargoyles first, hopefully before they do the attack that we need them to do.
We know not what's inside.
Started on that.
Arisen.
If they end up doing the attack on me while I'm trying to clear out all the other enemies, I'll let you know what attack it is. To explain it, okay, gargoyle grabbing basically, the attack that they do is they'll swoop in and they will be to grab either you or your pawn and like shake in order to get them off. But if you wait long enough, they will plunge their tail into you and sting you and start to like drain your blood from you. And when they do that attack, their tail will glow red, and that is when you can kill them, and they have a chance of dropping the Bloodred crystal. Let's see if he grabs me. No, he just... Easy, don't kill him. This is why I try not to... Did he grab her? No. Sometimes they swoop in, so that's the exact attack we need them to do. Sometimes they just swoop in, and they don't actually grab you. More frequently, but sometimes you just gotta be a little patient. Just keep an eye on them. And this is one of the reasons why I like having my dog with me, and obviously bring some healing items with you as well. Some curatives, so that if they drain your life and you get low on health, and you can heal up while they're hanging on to you before you get free. This one. Trying not to do cuts during this, otherwise I don't want you guys to miss the attack itself. And they're being really stubborn right now. Oh, there we go, maybe. Oh. Yeah, you kind of just gotta wait. Hope they grab you. Okay, here we go. So my pawn is about to get stunned right there, and now the tail is glowing, so we can basically shoot him off. And he already died. Strigoi Barb. No, he did not drop the Bloodred crystal that time. So it's kind of unfortunate that it's already kind of a pain in the ass to get this pinch. I think there's one more. There's one more flying around over there.
Anytime.
Try to get him down here. We'll go down here. A lot more space down here. Okay, there we go. Perfect. So I'm gonna start shaking off. It's okay to shake him off as long as he plunges his tail on you. There we go. His tail is glowing. Hopefully he drops it. Looks like he did. Perfect, there it is. Bloodred crystal. On the last chance, so would have had to restart or go back or exit and come back in, hope that more spawn. But anyway, there it is. That will be the second one that I have on me. But yeah, they're just such a pain in the butt to get, and honestly, finding areas where they spawn, they're always only a chance to spawn, and at least with the Black Abbey, you can just exit, come back in if they don't spawn. Very quick farm, and you can do this as many times as you need to. Obviously, it's just a matter of having the patience to wait for them to actually grab you and sting you, and yeah. Anyway, hopefully this guy helped you guys out. For anyone who was trying to figure this out, I know there were some already guides on YouTube, but they didn't really explain how it worked. It kind of just showed them the item dropping, and I'm sure you could find it on the wiki how to do it. But either way, sometimes video guides help a little better. So there it is. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.